Hey, greetings again. It's David Duford at Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. Today, I'm going to answer probably a question that a lot of people wonder. Who is a final expense prospect? In fact, who exactly fits the final expense prospect mold? So today's little recording is going to describe to you, well, the realities of the kind of person and the environment that you'll be in if you're selling final expense. So to kind of summarize final expense, it's a life insurance product. It's always sold, when I say always, virtually 95, 100% of the time sold to people between the ages of 50 to the ages of 80. 9 out of 10 people that you will see and sell to are retired, or they've been forced into retirement due to disability. Virtually all of them are on a fixed income, making between $700 and $1,200 a month. They've got Medicare in most cases. They don't have any savings, and they certainly understand they don't want to be a burden to the people that they love when they die, so they're interested in a plan. A great agent once said, and it's so true, the kind of people that final expense is sold to are what we call world-class procrastinators. I mean, it's like I said in one of my other videos where I talk about that final expense is bought, it's not sold. The reality is that these people are in their 60s and 70s. They've waited all these years to buy insurance, okay? So there's a reason they're like that, okay? They've put this stuff off. They've been irresponsible. They've just been lazy about, having the obligation to cover for final expenses. And so that requires an approach to selling this in the sense that you've got to be aggressive, not rude or mean or physically aggressive, but you have to get out there and see the people. You have to go take the cards door to door that send these in, ask for the appointments, ask to come in, sell them on the spot, call them on the phone. You have to be ultra aggressive because these people are really good at letting this stuff go and not really, giving it much concern until it's too late. So here's the thing. The final expense market is what I would call a mass market product. The truth is, again, another great agent said this, and it's so true. 70% of America is irresponsible. Okay, let's just face it. There's a portion of the population that's on top of things, that works hard, but a lot of America they just go to work, they sling a wrench, they work hard to some extent, come home, don't really have any aspirations beyond just a basic job and getting by through life. That's what they want. That's fine. I'm not judging them. But final expense is one of those things that's who we sell to, okay? And the color or the race of who they are, it doesn't matter. The whites, blacks, Cherokees, Asians, Indians, it doesn't matter. It's the socio-psychological background of these people all kind of mesh together despite some, ethnic, racial, and cultural differences. They've all put things off. They've all are in a fixed income situation and are poor and don't have money for burial. And so that's where we come in. And it really is a large segment of society. You don't necessarily hear from them that much. They're not vocal. But when you start selling final expense, you realize that they're everywhere. And the market is so vast and huge that that's really where the opportunity is. Now, best places to find these people, really, wherever there is manufacturing, rural areas are great, urban areas, inner cities, I kind of want to avoid that. You don't want to get shot. You get the idea. Wherever there's people who are on the lower income scale, they either live in apartments, duplexes, trailers, those kind of things, subsidized housing, not necessarily Section 8, but kind of like senior assisted or senior living centers, that kind of thing. That's where you'll find your perfect final expense prospect. And like I said, they're virtually everywhere. And it's such a large market that it's just amazing just how much opportunity there is. Even as a manager, I've just been shocked, even though I've been in this business a long time, just how much is out there to be taken if you get an agent that's aggressive to go out there and hunt it. Let's see what else. I guess besides that, you know, these people that we deal with are simple. You know, they're Joe Six-Pack. They're very straightforward, more street smart than book smart. And you've got to get used to a different way of living. You know, a lot of people are shocked coming into this business because people aren't clean. They're, like I said, they're simple. You know, they're not cleanly a lot of times. They're a lot more rough around the edges. You know, they've got family everywhere, dogs. You know, every agent's got a story about cat piss or walking over dog poop, you know, and that kind of thing. And it just what the kind of people we see, you really, I can verbalize it to a certain extent, but it'll be shocking when you actually get into it. Makes for great stories, but, you know, it's a different slice of life than most of us are used to. And you got to be willing and be comfortable working, you know, an ordinary, average, blue-collar, poor type of prospect. It's nothing like white-collar sales if you've been involved in business-to-consumer or business-to-business sales. It's nothing like that at all. These people are different in many ways. And so I make this video because they're just, final expense is something a lot of people stumble into. They didn't know it existed until somebody started talking about it. And a lot of people are shocked when they get involved in this and they see the kind of squalor or destituteness that people are in. And so, you know, what I'm hoping to do here shortly is to actually have some film of me in these areas where I would call final expense honey holes, so you can see what it's like. Because the reality is that it's so much different than anything many people ever look into or ever realize is out there. So that's it for me, David Duford, here at Final Expense Agent Mentor. If working the final expense business sounds appealing to you, if you like the idea of it, check my website out, my videos here on YouTube as well. And if you're interested, go to the contact page and put your information in and contact me. Until then, thanks for listening. Good luck out there. Take care.